Ladies and gentlemen, the eve of Holi turned tragic in Gujarat's Vadodara as a drunk driver's reckless, brazen rampage left one woman dead and 4 others injured. It's not just the rampage, but it's also the sheer audacity. The 20-year-old accused, identified as Rakshit, Chauraji, a law student from prestigious MS University, crashed into 2 scooters, dragging victims along. He first hit a woman on a 2-wheeler. She died before knocking down 2 other bikers. The impact was so powerful that the car's airbags deployed. The owner of the car, who was the driver's friend, was sitting by the side, according to reports. In a chilling display of audacity, the accused was heard shouting, "Another round, another round," while also shouting and chanting religious slogans. After the crash, enraged bystanders thrashed him as he continued his brazen defiance before turning him over to the police.
मेरा कुछ नहीं है, वो चला रहा है। Another round, another round, another round, another round, another round। क्या हुआ? Another round। अंकल, अंकल, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। जो 3 जन मर गए तेरी वजह से।
Look at the audacious defiance of the accused after he dared and asked another round after his earlier rampage, and then taking to shouting religious slogans. Look at this audacious defiance.
मैं वहाँ सूर्यशेखर से निज़ामपुर वापस आ रहा था। स्कूटी से आगे आ रहे थे, एक छोटी काली बाग चौराहे पे चौकड़ी पे आप देखेंगे कि गड्ढा हुआ है, और हम लोग जब राइट लेने का स्पेस था उस टाइम एक स्कूटी थी और एक कार था। उसके बाद जैसे ही हम लोग अंदर घुसे तो कार छू गई और एयरबैग खुल गया। जैसे एयरबैग खोला कुछ आगे का दिखा नहीं और गाड़ी अपने आप ही डीरेल हो गई।
कितनी स्पीड में थी गाड़ी?
50 स्पीड से आराम से। गड्ढे थी उस टाइम, एक स्कूटी थी और एक कार थी। बंदे तो वहाँ पे थे ही नहीं। वही तो बात है, मुझे कुछ आइडिया नहीं। उसके बाद हम लोग सीधे आगे कुछ पता ही नहीं चला क्या हुआ।
आपने दारू पिया था?
नहीं, कुछ नहीं पिया था मैंने।
ये गांजा कहाँ लिया? गांजा कहाँ लिया था? सॉरी, वो भांग कहाँ पी थी?
कहीं कुछ नहीं किया था।
કારેલીબાગ આમલાપાલી ટોકીઝની પાસે રોડ ઉપર આ બનાવ બન્યો છે, જેમાં 4-વ્હીલર ગાડી દ્વારા 2-વ્હીલરને ટક્કર મારી એક્સિડન્ટ થયેલો છે, જેમાં એક મહિલાનું મૃત્યુ થયું છે અને બાકીના 3 ઇન્જર્ડ અત્યારે હાલમાં ઇન્ફોર્મેશન આવી રહી છે, આગળની તપાસ ચાલી રહી છે। એક આરોપીને પોલીસ દ્વારા પકડી લેવામાં આવ્યો છે જગ્યા પરથી, અને સાથે જ એક વિડીયો મળ્યો છે જેમાં બીજો વ્યક્તિ દેખાય છે। એના માટે પોલીસ શોધવાના પ્રયત્નો કરી રહી છે અને હાલમાં તપાસ ચાલી રહી છે। થેન્ક યુ। હા, નશામાં છે।
It was just 2 days ago that the driver of a speeding Porsche that killed a 27-year-old scooterist in Chandigarh on Monday evening was arrested but bailed out within hours, sparking outrage. The victim's family has questioned the swift bail and demanded stricter charges against the accused. The driver was identified as a real estate baron. How does one explain this? How does one look into all of this? These are not just isolated cases. The big questions around is the sheer audacity of what's really unfolded. I'm being joined by Shailesh Sinha, who's the CEO for the Traffic People Foundation. I'm also being joined by Reddanna, who's a former IPS officer from Telangana. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining me. Mr. Shailesh Sinha, my first question to you, Mr. Shailesh Sinha. There are so many things that are wrong at this point. One, the manner in which this accident happened. There are some who are saying that the car was possibly driven at the speed of 120 km per hour. We don't know that. I don't have the authentic information on that, but that's what some reports are stating. just the manner in which this has happened, the manner in which this young 20-year-old boy comes out and shouts, another round after multiple crashes have happened. He's taken down multiple people on the roads. This is happening in the eve of Holi. It's unfortunate, really, that we've had to discuss something like this on Holi, but this is the ugly reality. Shailesh Sinha, how do you look at the multiple layers of what's happened in this particular incident?
See, first of all, I would like to put in a point that what is happening to some youths of India. I mean, I do not know the way, because I also got to see this video a while ago, about an hour ago, and I was really, sad to see the reaction. I mean, that guy knows that he has, done a major, a disastrous accident in which somebody has been killed. He would not be knowing that somebody has been killed, but yes, the results showed that a lady got killed. My point is that what is happening to the youth, number one, what is happening to the sensitivity of the people? You need to understand that when you are driving a vehicle, you are actually handling a machine. A machine needs to be, coordinated really well. You need to be attentive. You need to be very coordinative with the road system, with the people around you. I mean, I am really feeling very sorry. A dream which has just gone vanished, the person who has died, the lady who has died. I mean, there would have been so many dreams. Why don't people, why don't youth, why don't a commuter? I mean, so many people are, part of accidents in terms of the, a mistake angle. My point is, why can't we be sensible? Why can't we be, respective towards other people's journey also? It is all my selfish behavior. This is, resulting in these kind of accidents. I mean, road is mine and I'm the king. Should not be the attitude when you are on the road. Everyone is on journey. Everyone's journey is important. Why stupid boys like these? I mean, what are they doing to the society? What are they doing to the nation? What kind of examples they are setting to the, society? I mean, I'm really very sad. I practically have no words to say what would be going into the mind of that fellow while he was driving. He was along with a friend. I mean, what kind of talks would they be having? I mean, it is really sad for the nation, I would say. There actually has to be some really big action taken
here's the thing, Shailesh Sinha.
Against this
I don't
character.
know what was happening in that car. I don't know what was happening inside that car. I don't know what was the conversation. But at least those people who came out of the car, apart from this particular guy who was driving the car, seemed to be quite shocked with what happened. They immediately sought to distance themselves from this gentleman, obviously because they realized they were completely in the wrong. I'm not giving them a green sheet. Obviously, the police probe has to look into their act as well, who owned the car, so on and so forth, were they as well enumerated. We don't know all of that. But the point is, the people who were with this gentleman, they moved out with this accused. They moved out. They completely were shocked in the manner in which this man went on to shout another round. Redanna, if I can get you in. So here's the question. This is the question that we want to ask.
Yes.
Can this case really be seen as a case of road rage or accident alone, Mr. Redanna? Because this clearly is just not that.
Irresponsible behavior is the point. I mean, I don't know what would be the mindset of that fellow, because his fellow, the other co-driver, he was very well in senses. He said, "Pagal hai ye, aisa kyun chala raha tha?" This is what the statement was, what I heard. My point is, why are people not sensitive when they are using this machine? If this sensitivity, comes into place, I'm telling you, I'm assuring you, there would not be an accidents. And right? And number two
I think for that sensitivity to come into place, there's so much that's really sick. But Shailesh Sinha, just give me a minute. Let me just go to Mr. Redanna. He's also waiting. Mr. Redanna, can I just request to unmute yourself? Because we were not able to hear you. We'll just get, so we can hear you. You'll have to unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Redanna. Go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear.
I'm able to hear you. Yes. We have to blame the parents. Now rich people, what they are giving good vehicles to their children, not giving ethics, morals and other things. They wanted to give them good cars. and great money to enjoy themselves. They are not making them the responsible for the responsible citizen of India. They are not taughting them good
No,
morals
Mr.
and
Redana,
ethics.
Mr. Redana,
See,
1 minute. Mr. Redana,
being
1
a
minute.
law
1
student,
minute.
they know
1
that
minute. 1 minute. I mean, it's easy to go and blame the parents. We don't know the parents' version. We don't even know whether the parents are rich or not. We don't even know whether this accused is the one who really owned this car. We don't know that. I mean, okay, parents have a role and responsibility, fair enough, but this accused is a 20-year-old
Yes,
young
definitely.
student. He's a 20-year-old young student. But Mr. Redana, what I want to ask you in this case is, can this case be seen as a case of road rage alone? Can this be seen as a case of drunken driving alone? What are the kind of sections that should be seen in this case?
Definitely drunken drive, rash driving, 304A, killing a person on the road, 3 people injured, and one succumbed to injuries. So it is a very serious case. Definitely, they know they are the law students. Definitely, the imprisonment may be 10 years or more also. Because had they drunk and drive, have they taken narcotics? Somebody is telling that they had bung and all that. It is a narcotic drug. Had they taken narcotic drug, if they get the evidence of narcotic drug, they will be penalized for 20 years also. It's a very serious offense. See, what made them to go at the speed of 120? Is it any urgency? So it is a rash and negligent act, killing other people in a drunken way after taking narcotic drug. It is definitely a serious offense. Definitely court has to take, and they should not be bailed out. In the other case, some moneyed people is there, they can get bail immediately. This is so sad. One fellow is died, one woman is died, one man is died, and immediately he was arrested and sent to the remand. Immediately he got bail. This is so sad. What are you giving? What kind of signal you are giving to the nation? See, judiciary also think that they should not.
So here's the question to what you
are
are saying, Mr. Redana. Here's my question. Look at the case of the Porsche that happened in Chandigarh. What happened in the Chandigarh case? Chandigarh case, a young man has been killed because of this rash driving. One person, a real estate baron, is apparently arrested in this particular case, but he was arrested after a few days. But within hours of the arrest, he gets bail.
So sad to hear this kind of news, because so if you have money, if you have strength, you have political connections, you will get bail immediately. You can, so if you get them bail immediately, what will be the having in his mind? Tomorrow I can kill 10 people and come out of the case easily. He will be thinking like that. What other people will think? Paise hai, he is having money, he can get out. So he will also think, my father is a bureaucrat, my father is a real estate owner, I am having a lot of money, I can kill any people. So young people will think like that. Definitely we are giving a bad signal to the society. See, at least he should face 1 week days in the jail. Then only he knows the consequences in the jail and all that. And he will learn some lesson by that. It is not happening in India, in some cases. So sad to note this kind of things.
Shailesh Sinha, if I can come to you. I mean, there are 2 things to this. One, it's Gujarat, where it's a dry state. I mean, that's how Gujarat is known as. And you have a case where the police have said that he had consumed alcohol. They have also taken his blood test to see whether he has consumed any other spurious substance for that matter. That's one part of it. But look at this car. This seems to be an expensive car. It's got the airbags. It's got all the safety precautions, as it were. But look at the impact. Look at the impact. Look at the impact. Look at the life that has been lost. The others were in the hospital, including a small child for that matter. Here's the big lesson. You could have as safe cars as you really want, but if you do not know safe driving, it's all gone.
Safe cars has become a point for the person who is using the car. It's not safe for the people, outside the car, number one. Number two, I mean, it's a dry state. I mean, it's just not a case of an accident under, influence of alcohol or some narcotic thing. Point is, how can somebody have this kind of thing in the state which has no alcohol policy, right? My point has always been, and I would always suggest to the government, to the law, that we need to really set an example in terms of these kinds of accidents which is happening because of rash driving, alcohol driving, drink and driving, because these are actually killing the dreams of people. Understand, this lady who died, she would not be just alone. There would be a family behind her. Could be there would be some kid in her house who would be waiting for her mama. You getting my point? Her husband would be waiting for that lady. My point is, why can't we be sensitive? There has to be some really stricter punishment going on for this kind of acts happening on the road. I mean, there need to be some really, really big thing which can set a big example in the country that if you are going to do this kind of activity, you would be jailed for life. You would be penalized for so many XYZ things. Because Porsche, what happened in Chandigarh, same thing happened a couple of months ago in Pune. A young fellow guy, I mean, who was just riding to his home was killed, right? And he was also a son of a baron. I mean, that Porsche boy. My point is, why can't we be setting an example? We are doing so many things in the country. Why can't this be taken so seriously? If my and your show is going for half an hour, I'm telling you, there'll be 10 people who would die on the roads of India. I mean, we need to understand the sensitivity of this. Why are we not, open to this? Why are we just making a news, just saying that, yes, it's just a hit and run. I would be bailed out. This should not be the right example. Gujarat is a state of dry. I mean, there should not be alcohol served there, number one. Number two, a rash driving and the guy has killed somebody. There has to be really stricter punishment, an example for the nation. This is what my point to the nation should be, through you.
Right. I think law, yes. The law has to take its course. There has to be some very, very strict consequences and action. If one gets arrested and is bailed out in a matter of few hours for crimes as ghastly as this, it possibly sets absolutely wrong precedents every time. Of course, it is a bailable offense depending upon the sections that one is charged, but it also has to be seen the kind of messaging and the deterrence that really gets put in place. These are young people, these are educated people. In this case, he's a 20-year-old law student from a prestigious university. Look at that brazenness with which he shouts. We're bringing this discussion to an end. Unfortunate, as I said again, on our day of Holi, we have to discuss this. But we will leave you with these visuals as we play up the sound, because it's just the brazenness of this act that is absolutely appalling. One, there is rash driving. Two, there is this crash. A woman has died. There are others who are injured. This man gets out, starts shouting another round, another round, another round. Brazen insensitivity. And then goes on to even shout religious slogans. This is absolutely appalling. We leave you with these visuals before we get on to our next news. Shailesh Sinha, Mr. Redana, thank you very much for your time. We leave our viewers to go through these visuals.
Sad day for India. Sad day for India. Sad day for India. Sad day for India.
अंदर करो उधर, मेरा कुछ नहीं है, वो चला रहा था। Another round, another round, another round, another round, another round। क्या हुआ? Another round। अंकल, अंकल, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। तीन जन मर गए तेरी वजह से।
A lot of questions that need to be answered and action that needs to be taken. Moving on for now.